Hi, my name is Alyssa.
And I'm Tony.
And we are the Sultry Sisters. We're a community-based organization that empowers women to live healthy and creative lives in North County, San Diego, and recently, DC.
We curate events, workshops, mixers, and meetups centered around women's arts, wellness, and sisterhood.
Our mission is to empower women to live vibrant and shine bright through creative expression and conscious holistic living.
Our vision is to create a safe space that provides women the arts and wellness resources that are affordable and accessible.
So far, we partnered with Dancing So Boutique, Village Rock Shop, Carlsbad Village Yoga Co-op, and nonprofit organization Leap to Success. To find out more information about us and to sign up for future events, visit SoultrySisters.com.
You can also find us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Sultry Sisters.
We hope to see you soon.
Hi, welcome back everyone to our weekly Soultry Hangout. So today we're actually on YouTube and Facebook Live, so not Instagram. And if you're watching the replay, welcome.
Yes, welcome y'all. We'd like to always start our Soultry Hangout, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, with asking y'all, where are you tuning in from and what are you sipping on? For me, I am tuning in from sunny San Diego, specifically our hometown of Oceanside, California. And I am sipping on some Trader Joe's seltzer water, and it's a lemon and ginger juice. So just a little bubbly, a little bubbly in my little wine glass.
Nice. So I'm tuning in from Washington, D.C. It snowed yesterday and now it's like sort of sunny again. So, and then today was a spring forward. So we're feeling all types of mixed weather here, but I'm sipping on some kombucha. I have it in this mug here. It's like a pineapple kombucha. So that is what I'm sipping on because I want to bring in the spring weather.
Bringing ahead in time, and let's spring ahead to that vacation that I'll be soon on with Sultry Sister Tony in DC.
Yes, she's coming, and then it's like gonna be cherry blossom season. There's already a few that started blossoming, but then the snow probably froze them. So hopefully the ones that were going to be blooming soon start to open up. But yeah.
So, you know, uni, I call the universe Miss Uni. You Miss Uni, and the natures is trying to align the timing of me being there with these cherry blossoms, because ever since Tony and I were little girls, we were in Japan, and we were able to, celebrate the cherry blossom festival in Japan. So sakuras are very near and dear to our heart. And so our next segment of our Soultry Hangout, we always like to talk about our reflection of the week. What are we celebrating? What are some lessons? What are some things that we are working on in the theme of what we're working on in our Soultry Hangout? Not Sultry Hangout, sorry, Sultry Sanctuary. So I wanted to share that this weekend, Sultry Mama and I, we visited the Japanese Friendship Gardens at Balboa Park, and were able to participate in San Diego's Cherry Blossom Festival this weekend. And it was so beautiful and so amazing. And we paired it with our Step and Stride Challenge, and we turned our Nike Run app. We turned it on from the second we parked to walking all the way into the Cherry Blossom Festival as an all day. So surprisingly, we didn't get as much miles in as we do on our neighborhood walks. We got about a mile, like a mile and a half. Yeah, so not as much as we thought, but it was still nice. It was still a great day.
Nice. Yeah, I did a walk today, mainly just to get groceries, but I walked today like a little over a mile and a half. And then yesterday I walked a little bit too. Actually, even though it was snowing, I did walk a little bit. So I did get some of the Step and Stride, and I haven't checked our leaderboard, but if you're not familiar, we're doing our monthly walking challenge. So it's our Step and Stride challenge. If you go to our website down below, sultrysisters.com, we have a whole page dedicated to our challenge. We started in January and we've continued. Now this is our third month. So we're walking 30 miles by the end of March, so March 31st. So you still have over half of the month left to get those steps in. So definitely check it out. You can walk anywhere you are. You can join virtually and send it to your friends so they can join us as well. This week, I guess something we're celebrating in our Soultry community is that we did Harriet Tubman's 200th birthday celebration walk with Girl Trek. And so that was really fun. We have a post on our page on Instagram talking more about the walk. So we did 2.22 miles. So that was really exciting as well, just to celebrate like an awesome Black woman, our foremother, all these kind of things in our community because it is a Women's History Month. So that is what we're celebrating all throughout March. So that's what this live is dedicated towards. So if you're tuning in, definitely we'll have time for you later on to share below some awesome women in your community.
Yes. And so we'll be getting to that, but you can also share with us anything you're celebrating this week. And I also wanted to share that today we hosted our first hybrid Soul Flow series event. So this is where Tony and I were able to host virtually and an in-person movement workshop. So this month in our Sultry Sanctuary, we're focusing on building a mindful movement practice. So the theme of this month is Mindful March Madness. And part of the focus is to also move in community. So having the Soul Flow class virtually and in person really allowed for us to find ways to connect with our community. So it was really great to finally meet some new Soultry fam members, as well as reconnect with the location where we do all of our pre-recorded content at Square Fit in Carlsbad. So it was really nice day today. Even though it sprung ahead, we are springing along. We got 2 events today. So hanging out, y'all.
Yes, we're ready for the spring equinox, the spring forward. We are here for it. So we're definitely bringing in that spring energy with today's live. But we are celebrating Women's History Month. So you can also comment down below. What are you doing to celebrate this month? We wanted to have a whole live dedicated to celebrate the awesome women that we look up to, that inspire us, and that are in community with us as well.
Yes. And so today we wanted to revisit and bring back one of our favorite DIY crafts, the DIY Sustainable Sankofa craft. So if you were celebrating with us in community last year, you might have done this craft with us when we did it in partnership with the Mingay Museum. And we just wanted to, revisit it again. And, part of the whole part of soul sustainability and reuse, repurpose, recycling is the practice of revisiting history, her story, the practice of taking the time to acknowledge where we are, where we're going, and where we want to be. So we thought it would be no greater than to honor and celebrate Women's History by also bringing in the Sankofa. So I'm rocking the Sankofa bird on my t-shirt. This was custom made, y'all, locally in Oceanside. And I just felt like just creating a vibe here. So we'll be making this with sustainable items, DIY items that you might be able to find in your home.
And so we did want to share a little bit about the Sankofa bird in case you are not familiar. So we'll share a little bit more about, why we chose the Sankofa, what the Sankofa means to us. And so this is what it also looks like. It can also be depicted in like a heart shape. But the Sankofa is a mythical bird from the Akam people of Ghana. And this African bird is depicted looking backwards, as you see in the image, reaching for an egg to symbolize the importance of remembering our past to protect our future. So that's a lot of what we're going to be focusing and highlighting today, is the importance of us reaching back to get the knowledge gained from our past, women leaders, and to bring that into the present to promote, making positive change in our communities.
Yes. See, same symbol, y'all.
Yes.
Let us know in the chat if you're watching the replay or live. If you are familiar with the Sankofa, maybe even share with us when you learned about the Sankofa, or how you practice the I guess the ritual or communal practice of sharing historical happenings, or even share stories in your own families of looking back to move forward.
Like, I can't remember exactly when I learned about the Sankofa, but it was many years ago. And that's one of the few, not the only, but one of the few like Adinkra symbols that like I'm able to recall on its own.
Mhm.
So the Sankofa is like one of the different types of Adinkra symbols, and I didn't bring it with me to show on camera, but Alyssa and I have a deck. Alyssa might be able to grab it. Yes, we have an Adinkra card deck, so almost like an oracle card deck, like
Mhm.
if you're familiar with those kind, and you basically there's different patterns that you can pull a card, but when you pull it, there's different symbols, and then you can learn about the Adinkra symbols from Ghana. So we were using those throughout Black History Month, and then now also for Women's History Month because it was Black women who created those. So that is something we wanted to bring up as well. So if you want to learn more about the card deck, you can definitely just DM us. But we just want to share that like that's something that's a part of our practice of like looking back at the motherland and our culture there, and like what parts of either spirituality or communal care and things like that that we like to promote in our community.
I also wanted to add that the practice of looking back, and also in alignment in our intersections with representation, right? We're looking back at women who have been change makers. We're looking back at our ancestors, whether they be our personal family or Harriet Tubman. This
Yeah.
whole month is about looking back and kind of collecting the gems that they left behind for us. And always brings me back the Sankofa practice of walking the 2.2 miles in celebration of Harriet Tubman's 200th birthday, and also learning more about her life outside of freeing a lot of enslaved people. She had so
Mhm.
many aspects of her life. So as we celebrate Women's History, I want us to also think about that as we highlight different change makers. We also are leaving space to have you and invite you to share who you celebrate in your personal circles, in your community, because change makers, whether they be your mom, your sister, or somebody that you know, or someone that an author, or someone like Harriet Tubman, one of our ancestors, they all make an impact in our life. So I want to just kind of expand the spectrum of how we're going to shape our conversation today as we remember some incredible women.
Yes, and how we tie the Sankofa bird to Women's History is because we wanted to have a way, like through creative expression, to show, the vibrancy of the Sankofa bird, but also to connect, create, and celebrate women's history and the movement making that these women have done in the past and also in the future. And we are using soul sustainable materials as well, which we'll talk about in a second.
Mhm.
And then each color, part of the bird that we'll make, so similar to the image that's still on the screen, but there'll be different colors representing some influential and inspiring women who've made an impact on what it means to be a leader and a change maker.
So if you are tuning in live or catching the replay, today is about with the craft. You can sip and watch. We're also going to share the craft materials needed. So we're just going
Mhm.
to leave this screen up and kind of share the materials we'll be using for the craft, because just in case you happen to have them, you can grab
Yes.
them and join us during this live. So this is the list of materials you'll need. You'll need one cardboard piece, 8 to 10 inches. So a cardboard piece. You can use like a old box, or Tony, what are you using?
Yeah, an old Target box.
Yeah, I'm using an old piece of cardboard. And when I ordered some art from somebody, and they came into this big thin cardboard box. So I'm using that. Then you'll need some yarn. So you're going to need a couple different colors of yarn, 3 feet long. So we have purple, the colors purple, red, blue, pink, green, and yellow. Now, if you don't have yarn, feel free to also use t-shirt material. And say you only have white t-shirt material. If you have markers, you can also color them. If you have thread, you can use thread.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just feel free, or you can also use paper too. So just feel free to get creative with these items. Then you'll need 1 piece of colored construction paper. Today I'm going with glitter. Y'all.
Nice.
And then 1 piece of colored felt material. You can also substitute the felt material for a thicker fabric like flannel, something like that. And then we need 2 wooden sticks. Where are my wooden sticks at? I don't have my wooden sticks at hands
So they
distance.
can be like little popsicle sticks, or you can even go outside to like a bush in front of your house and pick up 2 twigs, because it'll just be the bottom of our Sankofa. But yeah, so find whatever types of wooden sticks or thin pieces of fabric or something like that.
Yes. Then you'll need craft glue. I'm using some tacky glue, and then some scissors and a pen or a pencil. That's going to help with when you're outlining the materials to cut out the shape of the bird, the beak, and the wing. So you want to make sure you're getting like a marker, something that can be written on felt and fabric. So we'll give y'all a minute to gather yourself. I don't know where my sticks went. Hold on. I'll be right back. One thing, I forgot the bird's legs. I think it's because my bird on my shirt don't have no legs. Found it. So the reason also why we wanted to bring back this craft is because Tony and I still had some of the material.
Yeah.
So we want to also share to keep in mind, like if you're interested in doing DIY crafts and the whole aspect of being sustainable, think about keeping some materials that you typically might want to throw away because you think that it's no longer useful, like old t-shirt rags, towels, pretty much even old cardboard boxes, newspapers. The more and more I started to look into different DIY crafts, the more and more I was able to reimagine like what I typically label as trash. So now I have a little box where I keep some of those items so that when instances come up like this, I have some materials to use and to pull from.
Yeah, same. I kind of keep all my craft stuff in like a little area, so I know like, okay, I can use this in the future. And yeah, definitely just use whatever you have around your house. Like these are the materials that work for us and that we have. But if you have other things in your house, definitely get creative. And also, this is kind of like an all age craft. So we've had kids do it with us when we were partnering with the Main Game Museum. And we have adults that do it with us as well. So definitely, if you have, some younger folks around you right now, you can definitely get them engaged in this craft. But this is one we really enjoy doing. It's very vibrant once it's done. So it's also can work as like a little art decorative piece that you want to use in your space afterwards. So definitely get creative. And if you do the craft with us, one, you can comment below right now if you're crafting with us live, or just share if you're watching. And then after our live, when you have your finished Sankofa birds, definitely tag us on our social media. So at Sultry Sisters, and we'll be able to repost you there.
Yes, we want to see the beautiful bird, especially if y'all are pulling from materials in your home that you have. We would love to see how you were able to kind of get creative with the materials. I think that's the beautiful part of a sustainable craft, is that everyone's project at the end might look a little bit different because we're pulling from the items that are already in our home.
Yes. And that's what we really emphasize with all of the crafts that we ever do is like there's no right or wrong. It's just, whatever you have, use what you have, and then we'll just work with that. So there's definitely no pressure. You
Mhm.
can even just watch today and then a different day if you start to source your materials, that's fine too. If you just want to use this as like an observation time, there's really no pressure to like craft or not.
I mean, how many of y'all ever get a recipe, like reading a recipe, and you're looking in your cupboard and you're like, oh, I don't have say this spice or that type of rice, and you substitute it for something you already have. Think about this crap as
Hmm.
another kind of recipe of sorts. You can always make it and tailor it to how you like to make things.
Yes, so definitely get creative.
I cut my strings. Okay. Once we get everything settled and together, we'll start to go through the craft in steps. So if you're tuning in live and you got all your materials, let us know in the comments with an I'm ready or a thumbs up, and we will get this DIY sustainable Sankofa craft going. That's a long title, but we're going to
Right.
do it. We're doing it. So I'm actually going to pull us
Wow.
back into this because we're going to just be hanging out here for a while, just walking you through our craft. Let me know, Tony,
Yes.
when you're ready.
Yeah, so I'm ready to go. So step one, so we have all of our materials right now. The first step is to cut out your bird pieces. So we have a cheat sheet because we have the Sankofa outline. But if you don't, it's just you could just draw like almost like a half circle and then just like an inner piece too. So
Mhm.
we'll draw the bird body first, and then there's just like an eye, so circle for an eye. Oops, I can't. It's hard to. A triangle for the beak, and then like a teardrop shape for the wing. So we're doing 4 shapes. But if you don't have an outline, you could also just freehand trace on your cardboard or whatever material you're using as the base. And this is where
Mhm.
we say your creativity starts to flow.
Mhm.
So right
I would
now we're
say,
just cutting out all those pieces.
yeah, I would say the easiest way to draw this Sankofa freehand is to start with the circle. So actually, I'm going to, while you cut, because I already have mine cut out, I'm just going to demonstrate drawing it freehand.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's doable. It's doable, y'all. Okay, I have my pencil. I'm gonna put this down. So I feel real official, y'all, with this screen. So you want to think about a circle. So I would do a circle. So use a pencil for this. So you can draw a circle. So once you draw that circle, you can then think about rounding out that higher circle for the head. So the head is looking back. So then you circle under, and you make the little head come up and then come down. Don't go too far down. And then you swoop up at the end to make the Sankofa bird. And if you look from my angle, it looks like a little wave. If you draw a wave inside of your circle, that will be the Sankofa. You just round out the top. And there you go. You have your little Sankofa bird. And then on the side, you can draw your beak, which is a little triangle. And then a little wing, which is I like to think of it as a teardrop. A little teardrop. So I just drew that freehand, y'all. I'll turn it upside down so you can now see. So you see, Tony, how I kind of from the
Nice.
circle created the Sankofa
Yes.
bird. So yeah, all y'all got to do is that.
So definitely get creative. You can even do like multiple Sankofas, and really we like would love to see what y'all come up with.
Mhm.
So that's always a fun time.
Yes. And actually, I should have done, I drew it big, but I'm actually going to, because we did this last year and I made a Sankofa bird this big, I'm actually going to do a mini Sankofa this year. So let me go back in
Nice.
and make my smaller bird. I only do that because I want to be able to put it in my I want to put it in my car on my little review mirror as I look
Nice.
back when I'm driving.
When you look back at it,
I'm asking my
literally.
ancestors to look out for me. So, yeah, I'm gonna make it so y'all can see. I know you're not supposed to always put things in your rearview mirror, but it may just end up a token in my car.
It like takes up your whole vision space.
You'll see. It's not gonna be too big, y'all. It's not gonna be too big.
Okay.
Tony's
Is
like,
that Grandma's bird
like,
in
"Be
her car?
safe."
Like, what is that?
I'll show you how small I'm making mine. She's all, "Be safe, girl."
Mhm.
Hmm. So stay in your life, girl.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So there's my body. I'm gonna do my little
Sankofa, body, yaddy, yaddy, and then
your Sankofa body, yaddy yaddy. That's funny. Mhm. Little teardrop eye or teardrop wing. There you go. All right. So after that, you're gonna cut it out. I think that's what the step is.
yes.
Out the bird pieces. I think this bird is a great gift to give to people too. So if you're wanting to create a craft and like us, like I thought about a different way to make it, but you can never make too many of these little cute little birds.
Mhm.
And if you're like, I don't draw, like I need to have an outline. If you're watching the replay, you can always, if you have an iPad, pull up this bird on the internet and then trace over your screen.
Yes.
That's a
You can
way
do
to
that.
save paper,
Mhm.
y'all.
And then once you have the Sankofa and the other pieces like the eye, the wing cut out, then you will get your cardboard piece and you're going to lay the pieces on to the cardboard and then you'll use your pen or marker to trace around. So then you'll just trace around the bird and the different elements on your cardboard piece.
Yes.
Your cardboard piece, then we'll do the same step for the felt piece or the other cloth that you want as well.
Mm-hmm. Will do. I'm excited to do the glittery wing this time.
Nice.
Mhm. Let me know in the comments if y'all are a fan of glitter and sparkles and jewels when you do your crafts. Oh, you know what? For the eyeball, I can do a rhinestone.
Oh yeah.
My
Let's go
Sankofa
for
bird is going
rhinestone.
to be glamorous, okay?
But speaking of like glitter and crafts, I went to this art exhibit a couple weeks ago and it was the black woman artist. I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head. But it was at this local art gallery here in DC called the Mahari Sakar
Mhm.
Gallery on H Street corridor. And they had this exhibit that I think is down now, but at the time I had seen it and it's based off of the Orishas, so the Yoruba spiritual traditions. And it had it had like rhinestone sequins, glitter, like it had like texture and like 3D
Mhm.
elements, like real sequins and things like that, and rhinestones. So that was really cool because it was cool to see in a gallery like black centered art and Afrocentric art, but also with like glitter and crafts stuff that like what resonates with me because that's kind of
Mhm.
the art I guess I like to create is like craft type of art.
Mhm.
um so that was really cool. And so it kind of looked like collage slash like mosaics, but with like honestly like glitter and rhinestones. And it was really cool.
I love
Um,
that. I'm sad
yeah,
I'm sad I missed that before I can go before I'm visiting you.
yeah, yeah. They might have a virtual exhibit up still, but I
Okay.
think the physical space they had moved on to another artist.
Okay, so I did my outline and I gotta do on my felt as well. Mm, 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 mm. Do, 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 do. This is when I should play that background music, huh? Wait, y'all. Wait for this. Listen. Hey, shout out to StreamYard for providing some tunes while we craft. This is a better sound than like the Jeopardy one, like toot,
Right.
toot. Actually, let us know in the comments if you know what game show that's from, because I don't even know if it's Jeopardy.
Which one?
The do 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 do
Oh yeah,
do.
that's Jeopardy.
Okay, I'm right. Oh, thank goodness. You know me, I like to remix history. I'm not gonna remix the her story, but I sometimes remix history. You know what I'm saying? Dun, 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 dun. Hey, got that lined. Hey, oh, so it breaks down, y'all. This is called Into
Take your
Space.
time.
Look back at it. Look back at it. Woo. You know what? What could be this beat? This beat could be the next hit, y'all.
For real. It's gonna be the next
You know, all
top
I have to
40
say is
song.
like, can these call waiting services get into this kind of beats? I'm
I
tired of
know, that'd be nice. They all have the same generic one.
they really do.
So then once you have it traced on your cardboard and your felt, then you will cut it out. So with your handy dandy scissors, you'll cut out your pieces.
Mhm.
Um, so yes, and with crafts, I appreciate that since you're making it yourself, if you kind of mess up along the way, you can kind of give yourself grace and kind of go with it and see what happens. So today's craft, it is pretty straightforward, but of course, if you want to do things a little bit different, feel free to do that as well. Or if you know something happens and you skip a step and yours starts looking a little bit different, just embrace it. Be
Embrace.
okay. Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of like making crafts. It's like as an artist, it kind of helps me shift my perspective into being like perfect
Hmm.
and being more exploratory with my practice. Like, oh, what can you do if you make a mistake? Can you turn that into something else? It really
Yeah.
helps me to reframe my thought process with my creative process. So
Hmm.
crafting definitely helps me let go of some stuff that really don't matter. Like, so what? So what if you made your Sankofa look forward? Maybe you need to look forward right now. So if that happens, that's fine.
Look forward right now. Maybe there's something coming up at you right now, and you need all sight and vision to see that and embrace what is coming for you, the blessings that are coming for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe the ancestors are trying to tell you to look forward.
that's
Look where you're
true.
going. So that's how I would remix it if I forgot to make it. So I got my
Yeah. So
belt.
Uh-huh.
Look how cute this is. Okay, this is
Oh,
how small it is.
cute. I was gonna say, with crafts, like I actually do really struggle with like not being perfect because I just want it to look really nice. But that just means I'm determined and very focused and alert when I do my crafts. But I have learned throughout the years as I do different ones that perfection is not the goal and is not, what we're striving for. It's just to be present, to like make something that you feel proud of, that you feel excited about. But that is something I do struggle with. So I feel you people out there, if you're like, how am I supposed to do this? It's okay. It's just about the process. And it is mindful March Madness as well. So crafting is also a mindful activity that we enjoy doing here in the Sultry community. Because at all of our in-person events, if you ever been to one, have had some type of craft component. And then over the past 2 years, we've been doing crafts on lives with you all. So you all should know if you have been around for some time now that we do enjoy crafts. So um, if you like this, give a thumbs up, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram at Sultry Sisters, and let us know if you want us to keep doing more videos, more lives like this, because we do crafts all the time, honestly, me and Alyssa. So we
Mhm.
could have more craft times with you all if that's something you want to do as well.
Yeah, we can definitely make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really not it's not been a lot, but you getting into your nail art and me
Mm-hmm.
getting into my um bi-weekly self mani practice. I think that would be a
Mm-hmm.
fun DIY is designing our nails.
Oh, yes.
That'd be a fun one. But that would be when you like didn't get your nails done by your amazing
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know when
nail
that's gonna be,
artist.
but sure, why not?
You're like that one time I take a break. I
I'll let
also
you know when that's happening.
we used to do paint and sips, and I actually have this small little tiny easel. I'm gonna go grab it. It's like smaller than what you normally do, and I've been wanting to use my old eyeshadows to paint on here. So let
Nice.
us know if you want us to figure out a craft of how to use old eyeshadows to make a painting. Let us know in the comments, and we will figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
While we're doing this craft, see, I'm talking about looking forward. Here I am, instead of being in this present moment. I'm like, let's talk about the craft.
So yes, you too can focus on the present, be mindful now. But yeah, let us know if you're enjoying this. If you have done any crafts with us in the past, also comment that down below so we can know the different crafts that you all have done. And we also get ideas from you all too. So some people after will send us different links or pictures of things, and then sometimes we'll try it for ourselves as well.
Yeah, I know Tony, she's over here getting into like I actually sent her a picture of macrame
Yes. And
and
so
creating.
I haven't finished it, but I have done some things with it
Ooh,
so far.
yeah, you did. The last thing you did, I remember, is your macrame earrings.
Yes, I did some macrame earrings, but that was very difficult. So I'm trying to pivot to some other things. I think I'm gonna try like a macrame, what do you call those things? Coasters.
Okay.
And then I want to make some plant hangers or hanging planter macrame things. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll see how
I
many plants.
I think what I sent you was a macrame pattern, I guess. I don't know what they're called, to hang up a upcycled jar.
Yeah, so
So
that's
that's
exciting.
that's when I'm like, ooh, Tony, try it out. Let me know.
hmm I'm excited for that.
Did you get your step 3 done?
I have to cut out the cardboard, but I did do my felt.
Okay, I did my two here.
Nice.
So
So
I'm getting
next step, oh,
mhm.
go
Go ahead.
Yeah, so then you'll cut along the outline of your body small slits or indents into the cardboard. So you'll just go around the whole body.
Yeah, around the perimeter. This is where you're going to be putting the different strings.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a big slit. It just has to be just enough so that your strings have something to hook on to. And the more you cut, the more slits you make, the more intricate your design can get.
Yes, because in the slits is where our yarn will go, and that's the different colors. So the more slits you have, the more areas you can cover with color.
Dun, dun, dun. Should we do another beat?
Sure.
All right, let's see what we have here. We got lo-fi. Is it lo-fi or lo-fi? I know never know how to say it. Let's try. Okay, this is more daydreamy. You know us, y'all. We love a little bit of music. Kind of help us channel a certain type of energy. And since we're crafting, we're trying to keep it light. Keep the energy up. What kind of music do y'all like to listen to when you're crafting? Wow, you really have to have it's harder. The smaller the card. I'm just gonna let y'all know if you're trying to do a small one, it is challenging.
You have to get in the cracks.
You're trying to make this look really small. You don't want to go across the head. Okay. Oh, this one has
yeah, little sound bites here and there.
sort of daydreaming. Ooh, I like this one. It's good. All right, if you're hanging out with us, we're gonna move on to step 5. So step 5, if you're done doing your slits, we're gonna start working with the yarn. So we're gonna thread the yarn through the bird. We're gonna make sure to start the yarn at the tail using the first slit and then wrap the yarn around the cardboard. So I'm gonna turn this down so you can start to see how I'm doing this. And so I didn't even think about this since I'm making my bird smaller. I should have probably not did such long strings, but you know what? It might make it leaning into just accepting and being creative. So I'm hooking it, and you want to make sure the end of the string is at the back of your bird. So see, this is the front of my bird. I'm making sure the end of the string is at the back, because then we're going to put the felt on top to secure the loose ends. So once you do that, you just start to bring the string around and across the bird, creating your own design. And then if you still have more yarn at the end, you can go back towards the tail and just kind of keep wrapping the yarn until you don't have any yarn left. And for me, that's going to be a while. I gather.
Keep going.
Just
keep wrapping. Just keep wrapping.
Okay, this is not turning out too bad. I have to learn to let go with the flow. All right. I think I got that one. I should probably do one more wrap. So this was one string, y'all, around the bird. And you see the loose ends, it's in the back, at the back of the bird. And then the front of the bird should have none of those loose strings. You want to wrap it. So that was the purple one. And then you just grab your next string and begin to wrap again. Like Tony said, just keep wrapping. And for me, this time, I'm going to start at the head.
And then, Alyssa, can I pull up my slide?
Mm-hmm.
So why we chose these colors is because we also have some really awesome women leaders that represent each color. So we wanted to share with you what that is like.
1 second, y'all.
Yes. Okay, I got it.
There you go.
So purple, we have laying the groundwork. So we have Shirley Chisholm, who many of us are probably familiar with, but she's an activist, a politician. And in 1968, she became the first Black woman elected into U.S. Congress. And she advocated for the rights of Black people and women of color. And so the color purple for us symbolizes intersectionality. So it's the intersections of both women and Black, because Shirley Chisholm was a Black woman. And so that is just, oh, you're showing your Sankofa?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so purple. And so each color, so we have Shirley Chisholm, that's representing intersectionality for us today here with this craft. But we did want to ask you all if you have other leaders in your community that represent like intersectionality or the color purple, or also the intersection of being Black or a woman as well.
Let us know. I kind of want to look forward because I want to make sure I know what the next color is. I want to do the next color. Take a little peek. I knew it.
So you can just move on to the next one. So the next one is red. So for us, the color red symbolizes finding expression. So we like to say creative expression here at Sultry, but that could be whatever expression looks like for you. So a woman leader we wanted to, share with you all is Sonia Sanchez. So she is a Black woman as well. She's a poet, an activist, a scholar, and she was a leading figure in the Black arts movement, especially in the 1960s. And she wrote 16 books, so 16, and they were not just one type of genre. She wrote from poetry all the way to children's books. So definitely check out Sonia Sanchez for her different literary works. But also we also want to encourage for all of us to dig deeper into these women that we're sharing today. So maybe we might highlight some women that you are not familiar with. So take this as an invitation to learn more. And so red for us, we had to symbolize creativity, so that you can, express yourself, create, share with yourself and also your community. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for taking us through that, Tony. I also want to share, because we are advocates and supporters of going to your local library. Definitely check out your library and see if Sonia Sanchez is featured at your local library. And if she's not, request.
Yes, so definitely check her out. And then you can also comment below if you're tuning in live or watching the replay. You can comment and share with us who is, a woman leader in your community that represents, how do you find expression and things like
A spoken word artist and author who's been in community with us in San Diego is Ashley Nicole. So we've featured her book, Other People's Problems. We've also, she performed one of her spoken word poems for us at an event in 2000. It was 2019. How long ago that was? Wow.
I know it seems like
Yes.
forever ago.
So let us know if you have any favorite authors or poets that you want to celebrate and shout out for Women's Her Story Month. All right, so here's my purple and red mix. This is looking cute. I actually like the fact that it's becoming mostly yarn and you can't see the
cardboard.
I'm actually leaning into how cool this is looking.
Nice.
Hey, shout out
See,
to Super Yarn.
Yeah, so it's nice when you craft and you can find different ways that you might not have thought to use some of the materials before.
Yes. And so our color blue is symbolizing leading the movement. So we wanted to highlight these three amazing women who started the Black Lives Matter movement: Alicia Garza, Opal Tometi, and Patrice Cullors. They're activists and organizers. They started the Black Lives Matter movement in 2013. And we wanted to share that they advocate, and we wanted to share that with y'all. We also wanted to highlight Allison Renville, who was an activist and organizer. She is an advocate for Indigenous rights and protections, and she's the lead organizer of the Dakotas for America. And for us, the blue symbolizes revolutionary.
Yes, so definitely comment below who are different women leaders in your community who are revolutionary to you, who are really out here making changes and making a positive impact.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we're just sharing women leaders that we have learned about over the years that resonate with us and the work that we do, but we definitely want to hear from you all who's tuning in as well.
And I kind of like that the color is blue for revolutionaries, because when I think about nature, I think about blue associated with water, the air. It's really those two things that connect us to things outside of ourselves. We need bodies of water to connect to other parts of the world, and also the sky, like to kind of break barriers and go beyond our atmosphere. So that's kind of like when I'm reflecting on colors and the symbols.
Yeah, so also if any of the colors that we talk about today resonate with you for like other reasons or other words come up for you, definitely share with us as well, because that's something we would like to know.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got this one in. Ooh, I almost snapped my bird's neck. No.
It's like, oh no. And that's like, is it looking back? Is it looking forward? Where is it looking at?
It's about to look up. And if your string is too long, y'all, don't be afraid to take that scissor and snip it a little shorter. That's what I had to do.
You're like, this is just too much.
Look, it's coming together. Look, Tom Tom.
Nice, cute.
Yeah. All right, our next color is pink. Pink symbolizes celebrating identity. So today we are highlighting two individuals. First, it's Marsha P Johnson. She was an activist, performer, and a significant figure in the LGBTQIA+ community for the rights of trans people of color. And then Geraldine Roman. They were a journalist, politician, and in 2016 became the first transgender person elected to the Congress of the Philippines.
Yes.
So
and if you all don't know, we are Filipina as well. Our mom is Filipina. So that, like, learning about that was really awesome. And I just felt so proud to, have that as part of our history as well.
Yeah, it's so nice to hear about like also like that. Yeah, Filipina change makers. I mean, also to just kind of reflect on our mother. Our mother herself in her family was a change maker. She was the first woman in her family to join the United States military.
Mhm.
And had just newly immigrated to America at 21, and then she joined not too long later, and that's where she met our father. So, and here you go, the Junior Sisters, Sultry Sisters. Boom. But yeah, shout out to our mother who really um never like she really is a fearful woman, not fearless. Sorry. No, she's
She's
a
so
fearless woman.
scared. Yeah.
And I won't share her all the detailed stories about her joining the military, but it was her passion for wanting to, embrace a new life and seek different opportunities for herself. She really wasn't
Mhm.
afraid to do something different than the people who came before her.
Yeah. And I think that's what's so inspiring to me about not only our mother, but the other women leaders that I learn about is that they really, were had a vision or a goal, and really are determined. Like I know our mother is very determined to get her
Mhm.
goals, to achieve her goals, and to make herself proud. But in doing that, make her family proud. Like our mom, has always been a proponent of like going back to school, studying, like gaining knowledge. And then when we were little, she took us to the library. So like even not just school learning, but if you have an interest in something, like you can go to the library and learn about it. And she had a lot of different passions as well. Like our mom loves to sing, she loves to sew, to craft with us, garden, so she's also like multi-passionate, which is like similar to how Alyssa and I now have grown up to be. So it's
Yeah.
nice also to like take the time to like reflect on like the important women in your life and like how they've like, played a role in like how you are now.
Exactly, and I also think, like, with the color pink, celebrating identity, like, as women to choose our womanhood and how we wanna represent ourselves, I think that's
Mhm.
an important part of her story of not going against the status quo narrative of what a woman is, what the woman should do, how a woman
Mhm.
should act, and I really think that, I wanna encourage everyone to think about what that looks like in your life, who is that change maker in your life, aside from the two we've highlighted, but what does it mean for you to celebrate your identity as a woman,
Mhm.
you know? I think that's important for us to reflect and define that for ourselves. So we're just sharing tidbits here and there about our family and these women, but I think it's important in the celebration of Women's Her Story to also invite us to always think about how we are embracing our womanhood and how we are defining what it means to be a woman during these times.
Yes, and as Sultry Sisters, our mission is to empower women of color, especially to live vibrant and shine bright. And so, like, womanhood is so important to us, and like having a safe space for our community to, talk about our identity, to talk about things are centered around like women's wellness, women's health. And so, I did want to shout out like my earrings and my top. So, the earrings I'm wearing, these are
Yes.
vulva earrings, custom made by the Vulva Witch.
Mhm.
And so these are awesome. She's up in the Bay Area of California, I believe. And she makes earrings, incense holders. She has a few other types of merchandise too. So definitely check her out, the Vulva Witch. So this is like really just promoting like embracing our bodies as people with vulvas, and to not be shamed for it, to not feel less than or not have to feel perfect, like it has to look a certain way either, right? Like she makes these out of clay and like each one of them are individualized and look different. And that's just how each of our bodies do too, just look different. So, like, celebrating, I guess, that uniqueness of what that
Mhm.
is, and also the power of the vulva. Like, if you have a vulva and bleed, that's a powerful time to like connect to self, to have deep reflection. And then my shirt I'm wearing is the future is Famaloan. So this is from Maga Haga Rising, based in Guam. And they are awesome ladies who we're friends with. And who do amazing work on Guahan as well for women empowerment. So Alyssa and I also just love supporting other women in our own communities who we see doing awesome work. And so we like to support them. So definitely check them out as well.
Yes. And then here I already wrapped my green string around my Sankofa, and green for us symbolizes embodying love. And today we wanted to shout out Kia Brown, writer, actor, activist, and a leading figure for the disability justice and right for disability justice and rights. And Kia Brown created the hashtag disabled and cute in 2017, and green symbolizes self-love.
Yes, so that is something we wanted to promote as well. Like if you're aware of like the chakras, green is the heart chakras, so that also aligns with love. And so we also as women, a lot of times we are out here, setting the records for things, being the first, like breaking those barriers. But sometimes that might come at a cost of like us not showing ourselves love, right? So that's why we really wanted to promote self-love, because you have to take care of yourself to be able to take care of others, and to be able to reach that full liberation is through love, is through joy. It's not just suffering and pain and hard. It doesn't have to feel so hard all the time. It can also feel joyous, and we can also feel love. So that's what we wanted to promote as well, especially coming out of February, which is self-love month. We just wanted to continue the celebration of loving ourselves.
Yes. You know what else I'm loving? How this craft is turning out.
Nice.
Look, y'all. I got my little Sankofa. It's totally covered in the strings.
Nice. Cute.
I
I like that.
I love the texture, y'all. See, lean into being curious with this craft. This was not intended. This was just an idea. I wanted to make something a little smaller this time around. So here you go.
Nice. I like that. I might make a smaller one too, because I actually still have a few other cardboard pieces
Mhm.
from the box that I got.
Nice. So we hope that you've gotten through steps 1 through 5, but we wanted to now ask y'all, who are women in your community that inspire you? So as we wrap up this craft and go through the following next steps, we want to invite you to share in the comments who in your community inspire you. Who are you celebrating? Now that we've kind of gone through the different colors, maybe think about someone who's embodying creativity, self-love, doing some groundwork. Think about those different colors and share with us.
Yes, we
And
have
so,
one more color. We had yellow, so I wanted to share
oh
yellow.
no,
So.
okay, look at me. So excited. Here we go. Let's go back, y'all. Boom,
So just
boom.
one last color is yellow, because we want to celebrate a brighter future. So we have Amanda Gorman. So she is a poet, a writer, a dreamer. And in 2017, she became the first ever National Youth Poet Laureate. You might know her from the inauguration poem. And then we also have Mari Kopany, who is a youth activist, and she advocates for Flint's ongoing water crisis and empowers youth to use their voice. So we wanted yellow to, symbolize change, and that you're not too young to make a difference in your community. And these are some of the awesome women and girls that we are aware of that are doing awesome work for their community. And so we did want to open it up to you all as well to share, some of the people who inspire you to have a brighter future.
Yes, thank you for the reminder.
Yes.
Don't want to miss the yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors too.
Yes. That sounds like we can't miss it.
Can't miss it. Also, thinking about, Women's Her Story Month, celebrating past, present, and future. So I really hope this conversation inspires everyone to think about how they are creating an impact in your daily lives, and I think it can be connected with any of the colors, like how you're loving yourself, how you are advocating for yourself. And I think in order to for me, what's helped me feel empowered to do those things, to express myself, to advocate, is learning about women who are doing it, who have done it, and especially who I similarly identify as.
Mm-hmm. And so definitely share that with us. And so as you tie off your loose ends, then we will go into gluing on your eye. So that white piece of paper that you have, and then the beak, which is the triangle piece as well.
Mhm.
Um, and so you can get creative, like Alyssa said, if you want to do a rhinestone for the eye or a button, you can do a button. There's so many different things you can do with it. And so definitely let us know what you end up using as well.
Yes. I'm talking about using a rhinestone. I gotta go grab my rhinestones. And look, y'all, when I said I love me a little sparkly stuff.
Nice.
Figure out how big I want this eye to be. I think let's see. I don't want the eyeball to be too big. But then if it's not big, you don't see the eye. All right. You start to glue. Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta do the beak. Glitter beak. What I like about this glitter paper, I got it from the dollar store a while back, and it is it's very thick. Because last time when I used construction paper, I had to kind of double layer it. So don't be afraid to double layer your beak, y'all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, she's cute. A little Sankofa cutie. She's looking him back with the gem in her eye. Okay, y'all, I'm about to show y'all. Look at this cutie. Look at this cutie bird.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And then after you glue on the eye and beak onto the body, step 8 is to create the cardboard or no, the wing. And so you can do a cardboard wing, you can do a felt wing, you can do a construction paper wing. It's really up to you how you want to get creative with this wing. And so
Mm-hmm.
you see that I kept it glitter, kept it shining bright. See, now I'm about to be in a museum, okay? I'm about to be in a museum now. This is about to
Okay.
be here, okay? This is about to be in part of my exhibit. Mhm. And when you decorate your wing, I'm going to share step 9. You can decorate with anything you want. If you decide to go with construction paper, you can draw on it. You can even use ribbon. Just remember to use your imagination. How you doing with your bird, Tony?
Good. I had to kind of skip around because since my bird was bigger, it was taking me longer to thread
Oh,
it,
yeah.
but I'm just gonna finish up.
All right. And then if you've already done your wing, your eye, and your beak, we can now start to glue our 2 sticks. Now, for me, y'all, I'm going to skip this step because I don't need no sticks in my way when I'm trying to drive. So my Sankofa is resting. My Sankofa ain't walking nowhere. So I'm gonna skip this step. So feel free to, like, again, freestyle, take and add and subtract things that are going to help you create the Sankofa sustainable Sankofa craft that you want to rock. Okay. And then the next step after you glue the sticks is to glue the felt to the back. So you can see that the back of my bird has those loose ends and those loose ties of the string. The felt back is what's going to help to secure that and kind of give it a neat finish. Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. You put one more. Let's go and try a song. One more song. Ooh, the song is called Feeling the Ducks. Well, since the Sankofa was a bird, let's just see what this is. Okay. I don't know how they title these songs.
I know. Maybe that's what it's inspired by.
All right. I'm going to put my felt. And when you do the felt, you might want to hold it down, like press it down a lot.
Yeah, or get like a book or something heavy to.
Because you want to make sure it adheres. Yeah. Otherwise, it might start lifting at the end, and you don't want that. Okay. You can see that I'm really applying lots of pressure onto the back of this. I'll probably, once we're off this live, put a book on top so it can kind of dry a little bit more. Look at a little bird. Look at it. Ooh, my eye got too high. Ooh, look at yours. Hey. Sankofa. Look back at it. Watching my ancestors. All these women.
But so yeah, so that is our Sankofa craft, y'all. So comment below if you stuck around and finished your craft. And definitely tag us at Sultry Sisters to, share with us your finalized Sankofas. And you can go to our website, SoultrySisters.com, and join our email list so you can stay up to date on what's happening in the Soultry community. And then you can also join our online community, the Sultry Sanctuary. That's where you get free monthly movement classes with us, which we did this morning. So you can take our Soulful class every month. And we have the recordings for all the different workshops and classes that we do up there as well.
Yes, thank you for hanging out with us today. Yay. We look forward to connecting with you in the future. This is actually our this is what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Anyway.
Yes. So we'll see you all next time for our Soultry Hangout, and subscribe and like us below. Bye.
Yes, bye.